Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Tuesday, September 22nd, 2020, and I am Cody Vannoy. New Tarleton statue, corrupt police chief, and COVID-19 update, all coming up next on Texan TV. In campus news, the Ring Memorial on Rudder Way in front of the Lamar Johnson Science Building was unveiled Friday. Due to COVID-19, the building and presentation of the ring had to be delayed from the spring semester. The statue was presented to Tarleton President James Hurley by the Tarleton Alumni Association. Others attending were First Lady Kendall Hurley, Tarleton Alumni Association President Rainey Lane, past President Ken Doris, and President-elect Greg Schoonmaker. The ring was designed by Tarleton alumni and students. It's 7 feet in diameter. The ring was designed as a reminder of long-lasting memories, a symbol of hope, hard work, and dedication to academic goals. In local news, the Glen Rose Reporter is reporting that Hamilton Police Chief Wayne Yoakum was investigated by the Texas Rangers, which was sexual abuse of a child occurred over an 8-year period. The victim of the abuse has been relocated to Paluxy River Children's Advocacy Center in Granbury and has been interviewed twice. In those interviews, the child stated that the alleged sexual abuse lasted from September of 2012 to September 8th of this year. Charged with a first-degree felony offensive for continuous sexual abuse of a child. Yoakum was arrested September 12th and released that day on a $500,000 bond. Hamilton Mayor Jim McMinnis and City Administrator Ryan Pollister announced Yoakum was relieved of his duties as City Police Chief as soon as the discovery had been made. It's also been said the City of Hamilton that the chief has been put on unpaid administrative leave until the grand jury considers the case. The status of the long-term replacement of the police chief has not been made. And now, today's Texas, national, and international news from the Associated Press. COVID-19 cases have continued to increase over the past few months. As of Sunday, Texas health officials reported 2,466 new cases and 45 more deaths due to COVID-19. As of Saturday, there are reported over 680,000 total cases and 14,000 deaths. The true number of cases is most likely higher, but people are not getting tested. Studies suggest that people can be infected, just do not feel sick, which is causing the cases to increase without knowledge. It is estimated that over 609,000 people have recovered from the virus. According to the department, there are over 64,000 active cases and 3,081 are currently being hospitalized for the virus. For most people, the virus causes mild or moderate symptoms, such as a fever and a cough that will shortly clear up. For others, it can cause more severe symptoms or even lead to death. Across the state of Texas, coronavirus is increasing, but not rapidly. If you have experienced symptoms, visit your local testing facility. For national news, the 7th Circuit U.S. Court of Appeals Judge Amy Coney Barrett has risen to the top of Trump's list to replace the late Ruth Bader Ginsburg on the Supreme Court. Trump's list of potential candidates include Barrett, Judge Barbara Lagoya, and Judge Allison Jones Rushing. However, there has been a growing focus about Barrett and Lagoya by the conservatives in the White House. Though many Democrats raised their objections to the proposal of a selection of a new Supreme Court justice before the election in November, Trump has announced he will make a decision by the end of the week. With a 53-47 edge in the Senate, Republicans outnumber the Democrats. However, there are only 4 Republican senators that could potentially prevent President Trump from choosing a Supreme Court justice before the election. These senators include Susan Collins of Maine, Lisa Murkowski of Alaska, Chuck Grassley of Iowa, and Cory Gardner of Colorado. If the vote ends in a tie, the tiebreaker will fall to President Mike Pence. In international news, due to the coronavirus, the 75th Annual United Nations meeting will be hosted virtually this year. Yesterday kicked off the event with an introductory session that will lead up to today's central event. In today's session, we will hear from all 193 member nations. The platform on which the event will be held is not the only difference this year, though. Because the event will be held virtually, more governments and heads of state will be present than any other year previously. In years past, ministers and diplomats were sent to represent countries. The keynote speakers this year are U.S. President Donald Trump and Brazilian President, who both have the highest number of COVID-related deaths in their countries. The President of China, where the virus originated, and President Vladimir Putin, whose country has been rapidly developing a vaccine for the virus. In addition to international discussion about COVID's impact on the world and the safety precautions needed to be made, the United Nations will also be discussing other topics like the development of the Amazon and Iran's nuclear deal with the world powers that Trump decided to pull the United States from in 2018. And now, for more state, national, and international news, we turn to the AP News Minute.
This is AP News Minute. Tropical storm Beta made landfall near Port O'Connor on the Texas coast Monday night. The National Hurricane Center says it had maximum sustained winds of 45 miles per hour. It flooded streets in Houston. Authorities northeast of Los Angeles say a fierce wildfire is threatening more than 1,000 homes. Governor Gavin Newsom says about 19,000 firefighters are battling more than 24 major blazes around California. A woman suspected of trying to mail the poison ricin to the White House is also suspected of sending poisoned envelopes to law enforcement agencies in Texas. The woman was arrested while trying to cross the border from Canada into New York State. President Trump met on Monday with appeals court judge Amy Coney Barrett. She's considered the favorite to replace Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who died on Friday. Rita Foley, The Associated Press, with AP News Minute.
In sports, the Dallas Stars took Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals and were looking to extend their series lead last night in Game 2 against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Tampa Bay scored 3 goals in the first period to put Dallas in a hole quick, but the Stars did not go away quietly. Dallas would go on to score a goal in the second period and another one in the first few minutes of the third, but the hole was just too deep to get out of. Dallas would lose the game 3-2. Game 3 will be on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And now, for the weather, we turn to Kendall Harbison.
Hey Texans, today there's a high of 72 with a 40% chance of showers. Tonight it will be cloudy with a low of 63. Be prepared for slick roads and stay safe out there, Texans.
This has been a production of Texan TV News, a product of the Texan News Service from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas. Watch us live on the Apache Channel 2.1 in the dorms and 12:30 weekdays if you live off campus. Tune in on Northland Cable Channel 9. You can follow the Texan News Service on Facebook and Twitter, and check out our website at www.texannews.net for all of your local, latest state, national, and international news. Today's broadcast was produced by Maddie Reed, Kendall Harbison, and Cody Vannoy. Have a wonderful day, Texans.